This is page 121 of your math journal. We're going to call this one Geometry Review. All right, there were a couple of things we learned. First one is perimeter. Perimeter is the distance around the outside of a figure, of a shape. I'm going to put a 2D shape, two-dimensional. Okay, area is the square units inside 2D shape. So it's always going to be units squared. Okay, now we talked about how to find the area of a bunch of different figures. Just do a quick review. Let's draw a parallelogram and write the name above it. So notice how I skipped a line. Draw a basic looking parallelogram. Okay, another parallelogram you're familiar with would be a rectangle. Those are both parallelograms. And just remember, area is base times height. That's right. That's right. Base times height. Okay. Second one we talked about was a triangle. And it was base times height, then half of that. Okay, the last one we learned was a trapezoid. And a trapezoid has one set of parallel sides. And first you have to add the bases. What's that you said? I said first you have to add the bases. Weird, I'll do it anyway. Then times the height, divide by 2. I'm just going to put times the h. Okay, times the height, divide by 2. That's all that's left for you to do. So, parallelogram, base times height. Triangle, base times height, then half of that because it's half of a parallelogram. Trapezoid, first you have to add the bases, then times the height, divide by 2. And remember that base and height will always have a right angle shared. Alright, quick review on that. Now we need to go into volume. Volume is different than area. Oh, actually I want to do a compound figure. Let's do this. Compound figure. Compound shape. Many shapes put together. So, example, let's say we have this shape. Draw small because I want you to be able to have enough space for everything. Okay, I want you to write 2, 3, 4, and 3. Okay, given that, you have enough information that you can figure out this entire area of the shape. So if I'm finding the entire area of the shape, I want to chop it up into pieces I know how to find. Well, looking at this, I can make this, if I chop it right here, I can make a rectangle here and a rectangle here. So, looking at these rectangles, I need a length and a width. This one's easy. The first one is just going to be 2 times 3, because that's the area of that. However, this one, I only have this distance. So using that, sorry, let's say that that's this one. So I got that one is 6. But I need to find the area of this one. Well, if this whole thing, if this is 4 and this is 2, that means this whole thing has to be 6. 4 plus 2 is 6. See how I got that from the clues on the shape? I need the whole length of this rectangle and the height of this rectangle. Don't be fooled and try to do 6 times 4 or 4 times 3. 4 times 3 would only be that rectangle. 6 times 3 would be this rectangle. So 6 times 3 gives me 18. That would be this rectangle. So 6 plus 18. I get a total of 24. And in this case, I don't know the units. So I'm just going to write units squared. That would be the area. Okay, volume is the area of the basic shape times the height from base to base. This is of a prism, so I'm going to have you draw a triangular prism in a second. We're going to find both the volume and the surface area. Okay, surface area, of the basic shape. Okay, volume is always on 3-dimensional, so these things are on 3-dimensional objects. Okay, volume and surface area. Surface area is the area of every surface combined. Alright, you're going to have to write neatly and small to fit this in, but we're going to do it. I'll give you a little drawing lesson here too. Alright, so when you're drawing a 3-dimensional shape, we're going to do a triangular prism, so I want you to draw a basic triangle, something like this. A right triangle. Okay, let's draw a little right angle in that corner. Okay, once you've done that, I want you to draw a line about like this that slants like that. Now I want you to draw another one that looks just about like it, and you're making a parallelogram. Draw another straight line down. Okay. Now what we're going to do is we're going to draw another triangle just like this, only we're going to use dotted lines. And remember, we're just going for the basic shape here, and then a dotted line to connect this end of this triangle to this one. Alright, I know it's not perfect, but it's going to work. As long as you can tell it's a triangular prism. Okay, so looking on this, if I'm finding the volume, my basic shape is a triangle, so I need to find the area of the triangle, which means I need measurements. So we're going to put on some measurements here. We're going to put 4. Right here I'm going to put 3. Right here I'm going to put 5. And right here I'm going to write 7. Let's make it inches. Maybe I should zoom in a little bit better. Make it less blurry. you're looking at your prism. So volume is the area of the basic shape. So my basic shape is a triangle. So how do we find the area of a triangle? Base times height, then half of that. Well, look at your triangle. 3 and 4 are what make the right angle on the triangle. So 3 times 4, then half of that. So that's the area of the triangle, and then I got to times it by the height. From triangle to triangle, it's 7 inches. So 3 times 4 would be 12. 12 divided by 2 would be 6. And then 6 times 7 would be 42 inches. Now, because it's volume, it's three-dimensional. It's cubed. It takes up 42 cubic inches of space. Volume is to the third power. So up here on volume, will you write always units to the third power? Okay, so volume is always units to the third power. Okay, I'm going to zoom out a little bit. I think I'm a little too close. There we go. Now you can see the shape. Okay. Now surface area, I'm just going to say SA. Okay, surface area. We have how many surfaces? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'm going to say we have the front and the back. We have the left side. We have the right side. And we have the bottom. I need to find the area of every surface. So I like to draw the shapes so that I can see them. So this is 3 and 4, and because I need the area of that triangle, that's all I need. So I'm just going to write those. The back is the same triangle. The left side is a rectangle. The long side is 7, and that side of the rectangle, if you need to, trace it with your finger. 7 and 5. The right side is a triangle. Or, sorry, a rectangle. And this rectangle is 7 by 4. And the last one is 7 by 3 on the bottom, another rectangle. Alright, so 3 times 4, then half of that because it's a triangle. So this would be 12. This one would also be 12. This one would be 5 times 7 because it's a rectangle. So 5 times 7 is 35. I'm going to end up adding these all together in a minute. 7 times 4 is 28. And 7 times 3 is 21. Okay, if I add this together, this gives me 24. If you look at these are all just multiples of 7. So I have 5 of them, 4, that'd be 9. 9 plus 3 is 12. So all of these add up to be 12 times 7, which is 84. 84 plus 24 would be 108 inches. Now remember, this is area. Surface area is squared. We're just still talking about flats, two-dimensional surfaces. They just come off a three-dimensional object. So the surface area of this would be 108 inches squared.